Welcome to the last video store. I'm your host, Bud Haddonfield. Happy New Year's to each and every one of you. Recently went and watched the new Nosferatu in theaters. I was surprised how much I liked it. I thought it was really good. Bill Skarsgård did a good job. Lily Rose Death and Nicholas Hoult from Renfield. They all did really cool. It was a cool adaptation of the original movies and whatnot. The kid who's kick-ass, I can't think of his name, but he's in there. He has a pretty much main part, and it's very heartbreaking, but I'm not going to give any spoilers. But it was a whole lot of fun, so I recommend you go watch it if you feel like going to the theaters. If not, you can wait till it comes out. So I want to talk about another vampire movie. I've always been a huge vampire movie fan. I've made videos in the past talking about some. And this movie I know I've recommended in the past, but I just want to take some extra time to talk about it. And it's a movie from the mid-90s, 1995's Blood and Donuts. I remember coming across the box art at a video store, probably a couple years after it came out, late 90s, and I just had to have this movie. I would often stay up late watching all kind of horror movies in my room growing up, and this was one that I remember watching late at night, and I'm like, man, this is a cool fucking movie. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Gordon Curry, I believe his name is, the actor. Yeah. He was the lead in Puppet Master 4 and 5. He had a part in Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan. He was the guy on the boat, I think, that was trying to climb up the pole or whatever to try to get away from Jason. Jason pulls him down and impales him. He plays Boya, and Boya's a vampire who went in hibernation in the 1960s, and he is awoken by a golf ball literally shattering some glass where he's sleeping, and it's now the 1990s, the mid-1990s, and he's trying to get acclimated to the new times. He noticed a lot of things have changed. The place that he used to hang out is now an all-night donut shop, and the girl behind the counter, he ends up kind of falling in love with her and whatnot. It's a cool little story. He befriends a cab driver played by Justin Lewis. He's recognizable. He's been in other things. I think he's still working to this day. But the cab driver's having some issues with the mob, and the main crime boss is played by director David Cronenberg, so it's always cool to see him in things. There's a little subplot that his love interest from the 1960s is pissed that he didn't turn her into a full vampire, and she's kind of out trying to get some revenge and whatnot, like she has some kind of telepathic link to Boya. But it's a cool little enjoyable film, very great atmosphere. It's one of those that it kind of feels like a fever dream. Like it's one of those, like, is this an actual movie or is this something that just came up in my mind? But it's a whole lot of fun, like I said. I can't recommend it enough. I wish we had a Blu-ray release of it. The DVD is out of print. It's very hard to come by, but if you find a copy, I'd suggest get it if it's not too expensive. It's not streaming anywhere professionally. You can find a rip of it on YouTube. But if you have access, if you think that is something that sounds interesting, stop what you're doing right now and go check it out. And I got a feeling that you won't be disappointed. So, Blood and Donuts, 1995. Awesome, cool vampire movie from just a more simpler time. It has a little bit of a love story in it, but it's cool. It has some cool kills, cool vampire transformations. Boy is actually a good vampire, doesn't want to feed on humans. He feeds like on rats and pigeons and whatnot, but he gets pushed to the limit when his little buddy is getting picked on by the mob and whatnot. So altogether, solid recommendation. Check it out. Please like and subscribe, and I'm going to see you next episode.
So, where are you from?
It's a long story.
You know, I got all night.
You need all night.
Well, I got all night.
There's a place between the living and the dead. And it's open 24 hours. Blood and Donuts. The story of a vampire who's just woken up from a 27-year nap and is having a little trouble kicking the habit.
Any place around here one can get some liver?
We sell donuts.
His old flame has other ideas.
I want you to finish what you started.
Don't believe everything you're told.
His new friends just don't understand.
Oh, good pigeon.
Earl, you're home early.
You are not hearing me.
I'm hearing
You are not
I'm
hearing me.
hearing you. Any jerk off the street deserves at least a well-made donut and a safe place to eat it.
And to make matters worse, giving up blood is making him a little bit cranky.
You can't kill someone who's not alive.
You haven't gone for me.
It's like an addiction. You have a choice of whether or not to submit. Like with you and donuts.
Can't take blood from a donut.
You only live once, right?
Gordon Curry, Helene Clarkson, Justin Lewis, Fiona Reed, and David Cronenberg.
Have you any idea why they make people wear bowling shoes? So they don't leave marks. Most people long to leave a mark.
Blood and donuts.
I'll eat it all night. Can't get enough of it.
This campy vampire film sinks its teeth into video stores just in time for Halloween.
I could tell you one fine story.
Feed your midnight cravings with blood and donuts.
Make your toast, girl.
Buy two and get one free with Live's Right Choice deal.
What are you looking at, young lady?
From Live Entertainment.